She scared me so much. Today, I'm going to do a reaction video for our viral video, Husband Lets Deer Pass, Wife Takes a Shot with Her Compound, What Happened Next? This has been such a wild ride, and I can't tell you about the wild ride until I kind of take you back to what was happening around the time that I posted this. So before I tell you that though, please like and subscribe because you guys have been amazing with liking and subscribing, so I know I can count on you. But I'm also planning at the end of this video to read some of your comments and just respond to them live. This is going to be not a highly edited video. I'm excited to just kind of sit here and talk to you and watch my video and talk you through it and that kind of thing. So this is just going to be me hanging out with you and sharing my thoughts on what was going on. So I gotta take you back to when Ed got home from North Carolina in mid-November. He goes on a trip with his friends. There were 4 of them. They each had cameras, and all the videos are up now, but when I got all that footage back, I was like, first, I need to get in the woods a little bit. I need to kind of get rid of some of this, like, anticipation, because I was so wanting to go hunting, but I never go hunting unless somebody is there that can help me after. It's just not smart for me to do that. I know there are some women that do that, but I'm not one of them. Okay, I'm just going to make that clear. So I don't go hunting when he's in North Carolina. So he comes home a couple days later. We both go in the woods. He still hasn't shot his first New Jersey deer. He got one in North Carolina, but he still hasn't shot a New Jersey deer at this point, and I hadn't shot a thing other than the bear that I got. He did get a coyote this year, but we were still like, okay, New Jersey deer, this is what we want, right? And at this point, it's November and we still haven't had it. We did finally get them in December, which is right now. So taking you back to, I want to get in the woods. So we go hunting and it's just this one night and we both have deer at our spots, and he decides not to shoot because he can see the cameras and I'm not communicating with him because my phone is sitting up there recording. It's the phone that got the recording of the deer action. And so I'm not communicating with him. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know that I'm standing there ready to shoot. He doesn't know anything, but he knows that if a doe came in, I was going to shoot it. So, no idea what's going on, but he's like, I'm not going to shoot because I have to, you know, he's the one that comes and helps me with the deer. So he has to get out of his spot and drive to where I'm at and help me. So I miss. We all know that. I'm sure if you've seen the video, you've seen it. And it was a kind of a terrible ending to the night, but it was also like, as you hear in the video, I'm like, I'm glad that I missed completely. I didn't hurt her. I knew that she was okay right away. Everything was clean. So I just was happy that that was the outcome. And I took this footage. I was like, this is good footage. We need to get this out there. And I knew I wanted North Carolina all to be in the same, you know, string of videos. So I decided I'm just gonna get this video out there. I didn't know how Ed was gonna react to that, but because I know all the guys wanted North Carolina, you know. I didn't know how he would react, but I did it anyway, and I said, I'm just gonna get this video out. It was on my day off, and I just put it together in an afternoon. And we were going out to dinner with his parents that night, and I finished it when I got home. We got home around probably 7, and I finished it, and then I uploaded it. It went live at midnight. This was the craziest, like, I just threw this thing together just to get it out there. Didn't even care if, like, the editing wasn't perfect. I was just like, let me just get this footage out so that I can really focus on North Carolina and not have this thing looming over me that I still have footage that has me in it. No. Anyway, so this thrown together video on Thursday, on that Thursday, we had 155 subscribers. And not even close to the watch time we needed. In 14 hours of this video being posted, it had 5.2K views. That might not be a lot for a lot of you, or maybe it will. Maybe it is. But for us, we were like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy. That's big. And that was only 14 hours. And I was like, okay, like, cool. 16 hours and 19 minutes into it, it had 8.6K views. 16 hours and 58 minutes later, it had 10K views. So within 40 minutes, it got another like 1.4K views. So it was climbing fast. I just expected it to stop though, because sometimes with YouTube, you climb really fast and then it like cuts you off. So I just expected it to stop. 19 hours and 40 minutes, it had 20K views. 20 hours and 51 minutes later, it had 25K views. In the first 24 hours that this video was posted, it had a clean 40K views. I couldn't believe it until 4 days and 23 hours. So that's almost 5 days. Okay. 144,600 views. And this video is still climbing. Today, 28 days and 20 hours later, it has 226,590 views. This little video that I threw together. So what I want to tell you is if you're posting hunting videos, keep posting and just do your thing. Don't worry about being perfect. All of you are so complimentary. I like the way that you were so complimentary about my editing, and this was editing that I didn't even really like go crazy about trying. I couldn't believe it. So anyway, long story short, what this taught me is that people just want to see real. They don't want to see perfect. Okay, perfect is fun. I love watching Seek One. I love watching like I'm trying to think of Meat Eater. The Hunting Public is awesome, but like, you know, Seek One and Meat Eater, their quality is like TV quality. Hunting Public is awesome, and actually like they're the ones that we've been watching like crazy. We started watching, okay, when I started watching, it was Seek One. Love all of their videos. And then like I saw that they collaborated with Hunting Public, and you know, my husband was watching them. I wasn't paying attention. And it just was like this, we started really like binge watching and loved every minute of it. And we're like, you know what? We can do this. Like, I know how to edit, and he finally wants to be on camera. And he finally, instead of just being grumpy when we take a picture, he actually smiles now. It's like wonderful. So we're in this place where we're like, we can do this. So don't try to be perfect. People just want to see real. And this was real life, like happens to a lot of people. Okay, I won't say everyone, but it happens to a lot of people that you go in the woods and you get the shakes. My goodness, did I have the shakes that night? Like, I haven't had the shakes went hunting in a really, really long time. I don't know really why that was, where like I wouldn't get like that adrenaline rush where you're just shaking. Like, I'm telling you, if the video camera didn't have the stabilization, I know I've said this before, if it didn't have the stabilization, you would have seen me shaking this much. And I'm looking at the screen to make sure that this is accurate. This is accurate. I was shaking so much. And I definitely think that the fact that I wore a black shirt definitely played into it. But also the fact that I was shaking so much. She was seeing me move. And I do agree with the person that said that when I started to pull back, I should have just continued. So I'm going to stop. Now you know the story, and we're going to get into this video and see how it plays out. Here we go. Whoa, I actually remembered to talk to you before I got to my spot. After work, I got all dressed at the back of my car. I had everything ready to go. Sorry I didn't video that, but I already felt like I was being watched, so I needed to hurry up and get out of there. But excited to go hunting today because tomorrow we are supposed to have snow, and you know what that means. We're hopeful, as usual. So we always go in with hope, you know? You gotta go in with hope and then see what happens. But I'm excited to get in there, and it's very cloudy day, so it's probably gonna get dark a lot sooner than it usually does. Got backstrap mashed potatoes ready to go in case it's a fail of a night, or if it's a success of a night. So an easy dinner ready to go because Ed's gonna go out too. So excited, and I will see you in the tree. Okay, I'm up here ready to go. It's beautiful up here, and because I wore my thermals, I am hot, which is a good thing because I probably won't be cold. I'm only gonna be here an hour and a half, if that. So we'll see.
Okay guys, back in the tree stand here in Jersey. First time hunting since back from North Carolina. And I'm done being picky, because we need meat. So, might even shoot a doe if one comes in tonight. Hopefully a buck, but we need the meat. So it's crunch time. Gotta fill the freezer. And the woods are still really loud, because we haven't had any rain. But, okay, gonna get settled. See if one comes in. Squirrels are coming, so got a squirrel hunt, I guess.
Okay, so the deer are coming in pretty quickly. That's why I stood up. Right at that moment, they were behind a tree. And pretty far off, but they were coming quickly. Yeah, so I was at this point, the reason for the slow blink is, you know what happens when you are starting to kind of freak out a little bit? Do you ever have that moment where you can't focus, your eyes cannot focus? So I did like this slow blink just to like try to focus. So now I'm just waiting. And I'm swaying already. For some reason, I'm very, I'm not really sure why, but I get dizzy. And when I'm standing in the tree stand, and I know I do need to get a harness to make me feel more comfortable and to save my life if anything ever happened. But I definitely, when I'm in a tree stand, I feel very I sometimes feel dizzy, and I'll have to like put my hand on the rail. So having my hand holding that compound bow while the does are coming in, I'm trying to keep as steady as possible, but I'm swaying because the adrenaline is already making me shake, and you're only seeing the swaying happening. But in the meantime, I'm standing there like trembling and then stopping and then trembling and then stopping. Like my whole body is trembling. It's wild. So apparently I just didn't want to mess anything up, so I'm watching the video down here on my phone while you guys are watching it on the screen. So that's why I keep looking down. Not that it matters. Okay, so the one is coming in. The other one is still a little far off. And I'm just watching this one. This one is the smaller one, so I wasn't going for the smaller one at first. Bugging out. Look at the loop. It's like I am bugging out. There's somebody said it in the comments too, and I'm gonna put it up here. And I'm gonna put it up here. There's a difference between does coming in and does coming in that you intend to harvest. Because there she is. She catches me for the first time, but then she goes down to eat. You can, yeah, my hand was really shaking. But there's definitely a difference between, like, if I'm sitting there for a buck and a doe comes in, I'm not shaking. I'm not trembling. My hand is really right now. And she is just locked in on me, trying to figure out what I am. And yes, okay, so I have a black shirt on, but most of me does not have black on. So it's not like my whole torso up was black. And my bow is there. It's black too, but I'm wearing a camo hat. So, I don't know. Say what you will. I do think that it is a problem, or it was a problem, but also, I don't know. I've seen people, like y'all are commenting, I've seen people go out in flannel and shoot deer. They can stay a little more still than I was. I really attribute it to how much I was shaking that you can't see in this video. Really shaking right there. When the times when you can actually see me shaking, those are the times when I'm shaking like 10 times more than you can see. I'm swaying from shaking so much. I couldn't help it. I really couldn't. I know she's locked on me. I just was a mess. A mess. And I wanted that big one. You see how much bigger she is than the other one. It's snowing out tonight. Ed is out plowing, and one of the plows is coming by right now. And I'm drinking coffee. I was trying to unhook it, knowing that that was a bad idea. I'm looking down because I'm just trying to take my mind off of the fact that this deer is locked on me. And I looked up because I heard her move. I'm looking the other way, thinking also that there might be a buck coming at that point. I was like, man, I don't want to shoot a doe if there's a buck coming. Here we go. 100% agree with the commenter. She scared me so much. 100% agree with the commenter that I should have just gone for it and just pulled and been drawn. No matter what, worst case scenario, she runs away. And now she ran away when I could have had a chance. You know? So, they ran away, but they didn't run far yet. So I was staying still, not knowing where they were, until I watched this video and then I saw it. Trying not to fall over. Sitting down. And I didn't care right at that point. Honestly, I was like, I didn't care if they were looking at me. I needed to sit down because my legs were like jello. And then I look back and I'm like, they're still there. And look at my face, the confusion on my face. They're coming back. That's so weird. I was so confused. I'm like, why are they coming back? They just saw me. So that's the thing. Tell me. If it was because I looked like a black blob, that's the thing I need you to tell me. If it was because I looked like a black blob, why did they come back? Why did they come back? It took them a while, but they came back. So it wasn't, they were blowing and doing all the things, but it wasn't like they were like, that's a person, that's somebody that's trying to kill us, we're out forever. They just left for a little bit and then were like 2 minutes later, headed back in. Explain that to me. So here they're behind the trees again. So I'm gonna stand up. That little one comes in. Ten minutes later. Who wouldn't just say, I'm going for the little one? I didn't have much time at this point. I just decided she's the one in front of me. A doe is a doe. And she wasn't that, it wasn't like she was super small. Woo! It's hard to pull back. I was still feeling that adrenaline. But I can't bring it down anymore, or else it would not be a lethal shot. And I missed. And I see her over there and I'm like... So at this point, I knew I had missed. I never actually heard the arrow hit, and I watched her for a little while, and I saw her put her head down to eat at one point and just knew that she was fine. So this was a better outcome than it could have been. I didn't hit her. I didn't have to worry about hurting her and all of that. I can just pick up my arrow and call it a night.
I had deer all around me. And the crazy thing is, like, I looked down at my phone right when I started seeing these deer come in, and Heather has deer in front of her. So I'm like, crap. I don't want to shoot. And then she shoots, and we get 2 deer tonight. So I didn't shoot, and she did. And I'll let her tell you what happened. No bucks. It was just does. And I had 1 button buck, but it was 3 deer total. But
there are a ton of comments, so I can't respond to them all, but I'm gonna kind of rifle through and respond to just a few of them. So, or more than a few. We'll see how it goes. So the first one is Brandon Sunday 1799. He says, watching this got me so irritated. You hesitate way too much. You knew she was coming back. You should have already been up with your bow and drawn. Okay, so what I say to you is 10 minutes of standing there with my bow drawn, I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. The way that my body was feeling at that moment, I could not have done that. My legs were jello, my arms were shaking, my whole body was responding to this happening. So with that feeling, that adrenaline just like coursing through me, like I haven't felt in years, there's no way I could have drawn for that long. The first time they came in pretty quickly. The second time it took a little bit for them to come in. So unfortunately that wasn't an option. And the other thing, it wasn't the fact that they saw me the second time. It was actually that I missed. So don't get irritated. Calm down. Okay. The next one is Robert Flint 4115. You comment on a lot of our stuff, so I really appreciate you. Hello, Robert. Thank you so much for commenting. So he says, this was his first comment ever on our stuff. Once that adrenaline gets flowing, shakes, then the dump. It's a rush. I remember first bow hunting and a buck walked in within 25 yards behind me. With the tree between us, With the tree between us, I was able to turn and draw. Shaking so much, my arrow came off the rest and fell to the ground. Busted. Buck looked right at me, and I just relaxed my draw, and he bolted. This was in 1984. Had none of this fancy equipment like today. I was using a 50-pound Indian archery recurve. There was no holding your draw very long. I miss the adrenaline rush. It takes Bullwinkle to get the juices flowing now. But still love hunting. Thanks for sharing. Oh, where are my sunglasses? Hold on. Not my sunglasses. Yes. Oh my goodness. Like, I have not felt that feeling for a really long time. And Ed would tell me that I was cold-hearted because for whatever reason, I would shoot a buck and not feel a thing. I would just shoot it, go and get it. And I don't know. I was numb, I guess, for a while. I don't know what was happening with me. But I explained in a couple of videos that I was excited to feel that feeling again. I want that feeling. And then when I finally had it, I was like, never again. No, I like the feeling. But I just wish that in the face of that feeling, I could compose myself and actually shoot something on target. So yeah. Again, thank you so much for commenting. Let's see. Okay. Chasmophar oh Chasmoph SAR 2691. Cool. I have hunted for 35 years and just recently was struggling with major anxiety when trying to get steady for a shot. After 2 years of battling it, I finally put it away. After killing a bunch of hogs and very nice deer in a 2 years time, I started to calm down. The 3 best things to combat deer fever: experience taking animals, mental checklist on every shot, the confidence that comes from repeating 1 and 2. Thanks a lot for sharing your hunt. Good luck to you both. Yes, absolutely. I have that mental checklist. Definitely just got really excited and let that arrow fly. There's 2 ways that you can take a shot with a compound bow. You can do your mental checklist and really like take your time. But sometimes when you take your time, something goes haywire and I start shaking, or I get unsteady, or like I'm thinking about it way too much, because not just with hunting, I am an overthinker to the highest degree. So when I take my time with a shot, which I need to take a millisecond more. There's taking your time and like really precisely getting the shot and then really slowly pulling the trigger and sending it. Or like get your shot and shoot, because if I think about it too much, my arrow starts to move around. Like I don't know. So I think it was a combination of me shaking and just feeling unsteady and just not being precise with my placement, unfortunately. Because I took a quick shot. So Aaron Carter, whoever that is, Aaron Carter E4P says, "This is the most hilarious video I've ever seen, LMAO. I see does all the time and I never shake. But when that buck walks out, he's usually staring at my tree, wondering why he's shaking so much." Oh my gosh. I concur. I love that one. FGB3126. I just found your channel. I've subscribed. I admire your willingness to present all things and not just the ones that look good. It's refreshing. And the lady has good vibes too. I'm strictly archery oriented, not interested in rifles anymore. Awesome. Thank you so much, FGB, whatever your name is. Yes, it's very important to me, if we're going to do a hunting channel, that we show everything, because that's where we connect on things. When I was watching Seek One, Meat Eater, and Hunting Public, the thing that made me the most happy to watch them is how real they show everything. Like, it's one thing for you to watch a girl who, you know, I've been hunting for 7 years, I believe now, and I've killed a lot of deer, but I definitely am not a professional. I don't know if, you know, I know there are professional hunters, but, you know, I get out there when I can get out there. I get out there a lot more than most, but when you see people that make a living hunting, like Seek One, I don't actually know what they make a living doing, sorry, the Hunting Public and Meat Eater, when you see them going in the woods and missing at times, and all of the turmoil that happens in their brain, and all of the same things that I feel when I, you know, miss or have a bad shot or whatever, it just feels so comforting in such a weird way. Like, you don't want to see people missing. You don't want to see a deer having a hard time, you know, in their last hour or whatever it might be. But there's just something about it that makes you feel connected and makes you feel like I'm not the only one. So I really appreciate when hunters do that and share it. So I had to. And that's also the reason that I shared the most recent video where I did make a bad shot, and all of the sadness that came with that. Okay, so I think this was the first comment, or one of the first comments that we got. I'm pretty sure this was the first comment. Charlie XU4ZU says, I'll give you one tip, and that's not to wear solid black like that in a tree or on the ground. One of the few things deer pick up on besides the color blue is shades of black. Specifically black lines or black blobs. So I took that to mean that you were calling me a black blob. No, I'm just kidding. I joked about it numerous times in the other video that in some of the other videos that we've done now. But I get that. I understand, like, that might have been like part of it, that I was more visible because the camo is not like blending into the tree. But also, I was shaking so bad. I've said that way too many times during this video, so I'm gonna stop saying that. Okay, Gary Flowers 9447 says, I have hunted since 1968 and worked in an archery pro shop. I have taught many women to shoot. You are struggling to draw your bow. Back the draw weight off until you can easily pull it in a slow and deliberate motion. Once you have begun to draw, commit to it, even if the deer looks up. If you're at half draw, you will make just as much movement letting it down as you will coming to full draw. 150% I should have done that. I don't know why I didn't. So I appreciate that comment, and that really helped me in if this ever happens again, which I'm sure it's going to. But if I ever get caught again, I'm going to just continue to draw. I don't know. In that moment, I was like, you know, it just didn't happen. So I appreciate that. Thank you. So Ed Baker 8611 says, incredible video. By the way, I have learned to prevent deer from busting me. I use a climber and get higher than 20 feet. 20 feet is my minimum height distance. Also, when possible, I choose to climb a tree with others close by to add additional cover. I am going to be doing this. I don't know how high I'm going to go, but I can't do a climber, and it has to do with my steadiness issues. I apparently am a little afraid of heights, I guess. I never thought of myself as being afraid of heights. When I know a stand, when I've used a stand long enough, I don't feel that fear anymore. But something still inside me is just making me unsteady. So I can't do a climber. The platform is not big enough in case my, feet need to move. So I'm uncomfortable with that idea. But I do really want to try saddle hunting, and I will be taking you all on that journey. That's going to be a lot of footage in the spring, me learning and seeing if I can do it, and maybe taking a target. No, definitely taking a target. We're going to take the Glendale buck into the woods. I haven't told him yet, but this is going to happen. We're going to take the Glendale buck into the woods, and I'm going to shoot it a couple times from the tree and just get myself acclimated to shooting out of a saddle. So I'm super excited to see if I can even handle being up that high without anything around me. But what makes me think that I'm gonna be okay is it's more of me feeling like I'm just standing with nothing around me. Nothing is holding me. Even if I had a harness on, it wouldn't make me feel steady. But if I'm up in a tree and I'm hanging there, or, standing on that platform and putting pressure out, I don't see me feeling unsteady that much because I'm being held there by this harness. And I'm not going to be swaying like this because I'm standing. So I'm really, really excited to try it. We did get we did get the saddle that we have, like, not, I think it was like the end of last year, and we never did anything with it because, you know, we both wanted to maybe try it, and I don't know. We were so busy camping and doing, you know, RV trips that it just fell to the wayside. So I'm really hoping this year I'm going to be able to, no, I'm definitely going to get that saddle on and go in a tree. And also the other thing that I'm super excited about is because I've always gone to the same spots, unless it's like a blind that we have or we're sitting on the ground. I've always had to go to the same spots because I don't have a climber. Like, I don't have a way to get up in a tree anywhere. So this is going to allow me to go to different places, go more places. I'm really excited about it. So thank you, Ed Baker, for that comment. Scott Kittredge 9309, back your bow off by 5 pounds for hunting. It makes it easier to pull in the cold while sitting and when the deer show up. I agree with that. I didn't, but I don't believe, I honestly can't remember what my bow is set at right now, but I don't think it would make a lethal shot if I backed it off anymore. So I'll also be working out. So I'm not going to be, oh, what did somebody comment? Something about, I hope the stand is 500-pound rated. I love, like, the stupid comments that people make. We deleted some. But yes, I am going to be losing weight because I need to feel better. Faux show. So Mark Jenkins 944. When they were walking and not looking is when you draw and stop them, or wait for them to stop. Every second you wait, chances skyrocket of being busted. And yeah, absolutely. I should have, when they were walking in, like when they were almost there and they weren't yet looking at me, when they were just kind of like coming around the trees there, I should have drawn. I should have drawn right then, and then I would have been ready to go. But no, I waited until I had the perfect shot, and then I drew. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Jerry F 581, seeing deer, does, no big deal. But once you decide that you're gonna shoot, those deer fever shakes are wild, aren't they? Yes, 100%. Tom Milligan, great camera work. Use lighted knocks. Will add so much more. Doing a great job. Think, keep thinking. Control of my breathing. Calm. And shot placement. Nothing else. Over and over. Get and stay in the zone. Tunnel vision. Vitals. Breathing. And think calm. Think. Slow my beating chest. I need a humane kill. Good luck. Thank you for complimenting my camera work. I didn't like how I had the one camera angled, but it had to be angled for me shooting. So like when I was sitting, it was just like chopped off here. So I hated that. But again, I don't know how this video went viral, but it did. So thank you for complimenting that. I appreciate that. And yeah, I need to definitely control my breathing and calm myself down. And I was trying to do that. If you see me like look off or whatever, I'm just trying to forget that there are deer in front of me so that I can shoot. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, this one I wanted to get to too. And then I'm done. Fire Medic 10353. What are you talking about? This was only a day ago. This is later in the viralness of this video. What are you talking about? I hunt on the ground in the open with natural blinds and in a commercial blind and in a stand. I wear black all the time. I have also worn red and black flannel and blue jeans. I wore blaze orange in the stand on the ground. In a blind, I have shot deer while smoking in stand. Deer pick up movement and scent. That doe saw her moving to get in position to draw. Black actually helps in the blind, by the way. Yeah, black. I always wear black in the blind. So thermals for sure. Or my hunting angle sweatshirt that's black. But yeah, I was moving a lot. So agree. And I watched tons of YouTube videos of people shooting deer in flannel and all kinds of things like that. And the other thing is, if you're hunting on the ground, you're not this big thing in the tree that they're wondering what the heck you are. You might be hidden a little more than I was, but whatever. So anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a comment. Talk to you soon.